Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming back yet another cast member of Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, Ron Sloan. You may remember him. He was Junior, the inbred redneck son who gets his throat slashed in Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. He was Ethel's son. Ethel was the tough, mean, nasty bitch redneck woman in that movie. And so we're going to be talking to Ron today, find out what happened to his career after that. He did a couple B movies after that and stuff, and I'm kind of intrigued. I'm always intrigued to find out about a person's career after one role that they played that defined them, and then suddenly they couldn't get work again. I'm always looking to find the answer to that and stuff. So we'll find that out today from Ron. So yeah, here is my interview with Ron Sloan. Hi, Ron.
How's it going, Tommy?
It's going great. How are you, sir?
Yeah, no complaints. Just got home from work. You know?
Nice.
All is well.
Nice.
What's happening in your world?
Oh, nothing really. Just lots of research, lots of interviews, all that fun stuff.
That's good. That keeps life interesting.
It sure does. It sure does. So, did you know early on you wanted to act?
Wait, run this by me again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I was turning off my computer.
Oh. Did you know early on that you wanted to act?
Oh, yeah, no, I started basically in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I let the dogs out. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
There we go. Yeah, no, I'm a little lazy, you know. I started acting because it fulfilled an English requirement in school instead of... So I always had no problem speaking in front of people, so I kind of went the acting route, and next thing I knew, hey, I enjoyed it. So I became an actor. I went off to college up in Northern California called Humboldt State.
Yeah.
I think it's the home of the marijuana. I don't remember graduating. No, I don't remember going to school there. It's all up in smoke, but a lot of fun. And then I ended up in LA and pursued a career, and I was very fortunate.
Where are you originally from?
Well, I was born in upstate New York, and I grew up in the Los Angeles, the San Fernando Valley.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So working in Hollywood was not a task. You know, it was easy to go to auditions, and I became a cameraman for screen tests. I shot auditions for commercials and some TV and movies, and ended up on both sides of the camera. So the job was definitely a benefit. Nice.
What year did you move to LA?
Oh, God. No, I was a baby, man. 1957.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was the year my dad was born.
Yeah, I was born in 54.
My mom was born in 54.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know how to break it to you, Tommy, but you're really my son. So, you know, your mom and I have been talking about this, and...
Oh, hey, I wouldn't mind as much as I love my father.
Oh, no, you know, it's not a bed of roses being junior, man. You know, you got to put up with that. So,
So before we get to that, you were on an episode of The Facts of Life.
Actually, I did a few of them. There's one that's actually on the IMDb, and it's called Brian and Sylvia.
Yeah, with Richard Dean Anderson.
Yeah, that was a spin-off, actually. That was a TV pilot.
Right.
For Norman Lear, and I played a sports commentator, Danny Robinson on sports. And I had worked for Norman Lear not only as an actor a number of times, but and just little parts, man. I was a page at the studio. I was the cat that sat the audiences down for like All in the Family, Different Strokes, Good Times, One Day at a Time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the Lear shows, 8 shows, I got to work as a page. And probably after about a year working at the studio, I had a nice break from Norman Lear. I got to do a little scene with him in front of the studio audience.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, wow, man, you're really good. Go see my casting directors and tell her I sent you. And after that, I started getting just little parts, a line here, under 5s, they call them.
Yeah.
Had under 5 lines. And then I got a break on that Brian and Sylvia Back to Life episode, which would have been a recurring role as a sportscaster. But what was interesting was that the director, John Boab, he was the actual director of the sitcom, decided to shoot inside the director's booth during my scene.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole nice break I got, everything, all my dialogue, I had my family over for the screening and everything. We're all sitting there, and I'm on one of the little monitors in the director's booth. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
There's like a 3-camera shoot, so there's like 3 little monitors, and I'm one of them. I'm like, oh my God. But here, it was a good role. I memorized this whole big sports commentator speech, and oh well. And so I thought, well, the pilot's going to go. Every Norman Lear show always goes, but it didn't.
Yeah.
But, hey, not meant to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that episode very well. It used to play in syndication a lot, and I just remember laughing because MacGyver was in a sitcom setting.
Yeah, and it still plays. I still get residual checks for it. It's so funny.
Wow.
I mean, they're down to, I think, $2 now, but hey, what the heck? Almost buys a beer.
Yeah. Then comes Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. How did you get the role of Junior?
Well, I used to do showcases. I don't know if you're familiar with this. I think they still do it today. But back in the day, there were all these little theaters all across town.
Mm-hmm.
And you would pay, in the case of, for Friday the 13th, I paid $12 to do a 5-minute scene with a buddy of mine. And we did it twice a week. I mean, I was dedicated, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it for about a year, thereabouts, every week, sometimes twice a week. And the night Pamela Basker and Fern Champion, they were the casting directors on Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
They saw me do my scene, which was actually a very serious scene. It wasn't comedy. And they asked, can you play a hillbilly? Well, I jumped like right into Junior. He was kind of a character that I used to goof around with. It was like a friend of my brother's who was a goofy guy, and I used to make fun of him.
Yeah.
To piss my brother off. And he would crack up, though. And I just fell into it, and they said, well, okay, we'd like to have you come to our casting studio was the next day and pick up sides, your dialogue. So I went over there, picked up the dialogue, took it home, studied, came back the next day after that, and auditioned for Danny Steinman.
Mm-hmm.
He was the director.
Yep.
Well, we clicked. I mean, I had a blast with Danny, and he was cracking up. And as I'm leaving, he said, well, man, it's really going to be nice working with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, holy, I mean, I'm not booked cloud nine at that moment.
Yeah.
And then Pamela Basker said, okay, you got a call back coming up tomorrow for Frank Mancuso Jr. He's the producer.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't out of the woods yet, or into the woods. And I was like, oh, man. And, being an actor, you worry about all that stuff. Anything can knock you out of a part until you have it.
Right.
So, I studied again that night and memorized everything and came back. And as I walked in, Danny said to Frank, hey, this is the kid I told you about. He's going to crack you up. And Frank was cool. They were laughing and everything. Again, I still didn't hear anything. They didn't say you're booked or anything. I go home. And it was probably maybe 2 days later, 3 days later, I was told I got the part. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. I was a happy camper. And, but at that time we didn't know it was a Friday the 13th. It was called repetition.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what was interesting was I only had, the sides just from the audition page. Once they booked me, I got the whole script.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was a trip, man. I still have it.
Wow.
That script, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, hold on to that.
I got my little notes in it for my character. It was funny.
Yeah, I've always loved this one. When I was a kid, they used to play all the Jason movies late at night on HBO and Cinemax and USA Up All Night. And this one has some really great killings. I love the killings in this one.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, what's interesting about this one, it is comic relief, somewhat, some of it, at least Ethel and I
Yeah.
are the comic relief. I even think Miguel Nunez, he's funny.
Yeah.
So it was nice that it wasn't as serious. It's not like Scream being a funny, that type of funny, but it definitely had some nice laughs in it.
Yeah, Carol Locato, you and her were so good together. She looked like she was having the time of her life playing Ethel.
Well, we had a blast, and I gotta tell you, Carol's a hoot, man. Carol and I are still very good friends, and we do conventions together. Last November, did Horror Hound Weekend in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And she's awesome. I'm good friends with her husband. He's a brilliant musician and recording manager.
What's she doing these days?
What's Carol?
Yeah.
She still acts. She's still out there. I don't live in LA anymore. I'm up in northern Arizona, so.
I lived in Arizona for a while.
Yeah, land of the scorpions, bobcats, and javelinas. Yeah.
And cactuses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my wife knows that one well. She stepped on one. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, wow.
Urgent care, yeah.
Oh, God.
But,
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. She's still acting, though. Yeah, you two were like characters right out of Deliverance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was something close to that. She's awesome, man. See, we're very fortunate because Danny Steinman gave us free reign. Carol's really talented. We had the chemistry, so anything we wanted to do. There was dialogue, there was a script, but we also could kind of go whatever direction we want, do different things, and have that freedom. And if they kept it, they kept it. If they cut it, they cut it. But Danny was laughing his brains out. There were no problems, no issues with Danny.
Because I heard he could be a handful sometimes.
Well, I think it's more with the lead actors. It's one thing when you're, our characters were not demanding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had the freedom. Our characters kind of just flowed with everything. It wasn't. I don't know. I didn't feel. I only had one stressful moment with Danny, and that's when I'm riding the motorcycle and screaming top of my lungs till I got laryngitis. That was good. But it was so funny because they were mounting the camera on the motorcycle I was riding, which was like a little Yamaha 250 Enduro. And he looked at me and it's all bolted on, and it's hard to steer the camera on your handlebars. I mean, back then it's not these little digital cameras. This thing was big and heavy. And he looked at me and he goes, "You drop the bike, you break my camera, I truly will kill you." So I'm sitting there going, "Oh shit." and you know, I'm riding through the forest, screaming with this camera on my handlebars, and you know, it was no big thing because really I'm going in a straight line. If I had to turn, it might have been all over.
Yeah.
The only problem was going back to first positions. You know, I had just ridden, so you know, you got the crew, everybody pushing you backwards on this motorcycle.
Yeah. Your death became so iconic because of that picture of you, which they put them on the back of every VHS release.
Oh yeah. And you know what's funny about that? Well, actually, I got to see my death before the censors got it. I had to go into the sound booth and do my screaming and a bunch of stuff. So they played the video, the daily in a sense, in black and white. And when I get my head cut off, they actually showed it hitting the ground, rolling, and it rolled up and looked right at camera. And it was pretty hardcore for those days. You know, nowadays they can turn you inside out or whatever, and it's like a no-brainer. But back then, the censors didn't pass that. It was too graphic. So, I mean, I got to see it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Tom Morga played Jason.
Yeah, Tom was so funny because nobody knew it was Friday the 13th till the first day of shooting. Now, I don't know if Tommy Jarvis, you know, John Shepard knew, or Melanie. I would assume they must have known. But we're all talking. I remember the day, I mean, we're all sitting around. I'm with Miguel and Tiffany, and we're like, "So, how do you die?" "Oh, I get stabbed in the outhouse." "How do you die?" "Well, I get my head cut off." You know, it's just a normal conversation. And then Tom walks out in full costume, holding a machete, and he looks at all of us, and we're like, "Oh my God, we're on a Friday the 13th." And everybody got so excited and started going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
I've interviewed Tiffany Helm twice. Her and I get along very well.
Oh, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah. Deborah Voorhees, I interviewed. Oh, God, she's a special lady, I'll tell you.
I love Deborah. We're very good friends now. I didn't even know her back then. But from doing conventions, and we've become very good friends.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
And I interviewed Melanie Kinnaman recently, and I don't think I did a really good interview with her. She was a little more serious.
Well, you know, she's a worker bee. You know, she's still in the heart of it, working, and I think she's on a Netflix, might be a Netflix series.
Yeah.
I know she booked something recently. And Deborah's doing awesome. You know, she's working on films. She's been directing and producing. And
yeah, she just did one.
I know she's got a big one coming up. So that's pretty cool. That's actually very exciting.
Yeah, Tiffany's got some movies coming back. She's back into business, acting a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I'll be dipping my toes back in it real soon, actually.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, no, I'm going to be, I've been living in Hawaii for the last 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been very difficult acting-wise. I did a couple little gigs in Hawaii, but every time I had to audition, I'd have to go to Oahu. And it got old, you're paying, more money than you earn practically to do the auditions, and they always call you back, and then, they book someone else. I know I auditioned for a World War II movie over there. I was supposed to be a prisoner of war.
Mm-hmm.
I walked in and hear all these guys who looked like prisoners of war. I mean, they were skinny, emaciated, and I walked in, I looked at all this, I looked at the casting director, I go, well, what did they do? Lock me up in a kitchen? I mean, I even said, I don't think I'm right for this part. And, I probably shouldn't have done that, because you never know. It could have been a fresh capture, but it was like, I was pissed off. I was like, God,
yeah.
Every time I go out, these guys didn't pre-screen. There wasn't that much SAG talent over in the islands, so they called everybody in, whether you're right for it or not.
Yeah, it's hard to second guess yourself sometimes.
Yeah, and I told my agent, I go, you know what, I'm done. I'm gonna take a break. She goes, oh no, I got one more for you to audition. I go, nope. And she goes, okay. It's a new TV show. I go, nope. I come home and I find out it was Lost.
Oh, Lost.
Yeah, my wife is not a happy camper on that one. I love that show. We watched the whole thing.
That's funny.
And she gets going, that could have been you. That could have been you. I don't know, She goes, it's running for a long time. You would have been on the show. I go, I know.
Oh, that's funny. The next year, you did an episode of Tales from the Dark Side.
Yeah, that was fun. Actually, that was with Joanne Millette.
Yeah, I've met her.
Yeah, she was in Halloween.
She was in Nightmare on Elm Street too.
Nightmare on Elm Street. They're all the same. God support. No. She is a sweetie.
Yes, she is.
She was my first stage kiss. I played her boyfriend. Such a lucky guy.
Yeah.
And it was a funny episode. I mean, that was, total dark comedy, at least ours. Mm-hmm. And I worked with Renee Taylor.
Oh, yeah, Renee Taylor. She's a legend.
Yeah, she played, she was Fran Drescher's mom on The Nanny. I think that was her claim to name.
Yeah.
She was a sweetie. Oh, my God. Her husband was a famous writer. Oh, both of them, actually. Writing Joe Bologna. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because we rehearsed in her home in Beverly Hills. And you walk in, and over the fireplace was a life-size portrait of her. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it was like, whoa. It was pretty, and they were fun people. And he had a really good sense of humor. She had a great sense of humor, too. Mm-hmm. Very New York. And good memory. Very good memory.
Yeah, and also Jared Rushton from Big and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was in it.
Yeah, he was just a little kid. Yeah. Try it, Jared.
And Brett Marks from the Bad News Bears.
I didn't even realize that until you just told me. But I'm a lot older, man. I might have seen the Bad News Bears. That was with Tatum O'Neal, right?
Yes, and Walter Matthau.
Yeah. I actually worked with Walter Matthau. I'm really dating myself. I had a funny experience with Walter. He did a religious series, believe it or not. It was called Insight. It was on Sundays at 4 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
And I did 5 episodes of that show, but I played cop, a regular sheriff, all sorts of stuff. But
Yeah.
on that particular episode, it was my very first one, and I was Ed Asner's stand-in.
Wow.
So I got paid like a glorified extra to, set the lighting and all this. And it was Ed Asner, Carol Burnett, and Walter Matthau were the leads. It was just those three.
That's crazy.
And, what a powerhouse. And in the middle of shooting,
Mm-hmm.
and we were almost done, they come out with a little tiny TV, laid on the floor of the soundstage. Walter Matthau comes out, lays down on the floor and is watching TV. And Carol Burnett and Ed Asner are going, "Come on, Walter, we're almost done." He goes, "Leave me alone. I'm watching the game." And production had to stop for the length of a football game.
Wow.
Yeah, but everybody worked for free.
Wow.
See, when you got done shooting, you had to sign your check back to the church. So nobody got paid. Everything was for free. But it was what an experience. It was so cool and great people.
I've heard stories about guys like stopping production because they're watching a baseball game in the trailer or something.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
It's power, man.
It's power, and plus, it's sports. It's America's pastime. It's human.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of things will stop production.
Yeah. Do you have any memories from Bonsai Runner?
Oh, yeah, good memories, fun memories. Actually, that was right after Friday the 13th. And if you watch the movie, I think I'm wearing some of the same clothes from Friday the 13th.
Really?
I think so. I remember you wearing something, or utilized something from that. How was it? I played a very similar type of character, just a big, in this case, a desert rat, who's racing cars, and I'm drunk at the time. It was so funny because I'm driving I think it was a 71 or 72 Camaro with a 427. I'm a car guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing was built, and they had me drive this car at night on the desert, in the CNA crash and burn to death. And but in actuality, I'm following the camera car that has no brake lights, and they want me to go about 75 miles an hour, just to have this whole sense of speed around us with lights in our face.
Mm-hmm.
And no brake lights on the car in front of me. It was a little scary. I gotta admit, take after take of this whole thing, and it was like, can we just take it down a notch? The stopping time is not really good. I told these guys, just don't stop quickly, man, because I'll hit you. And was it John Shepard?
Yep, he's in it.
Yeah, because it was funny. We didn't work together at the same time, but we were both in the same movie. So that was when I see John on auditions and stuff, I go, "Hey, man, together again."
Yeah.
And so that was 3 times in a row they killed me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Dean Stockwell was in it, and
Dean was awesome, man. I gotta tell you, utmost respect. Dean saw me do one of my scenes. He asked who my agent was, and I said, in all honesty, I don't have a theatrical agent. I just have a commercial agent. He goes, "You got a theatrical agent now, man." He goes, "Let me call my agent." And he did. He called his agent, got me an interview, and they took me on.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's amazing to me.
Yeah.
Actually. So, the man had a big heart.
Oh, that's great. Billy Drago's in it, too.
Which one was Billy?
Probably the bad guy. He always plays a bad guy.
Yeah, I'd have to see his picture. sure. A lot of these cats I didn't, I might know their first name and not know their last. When you're working, you're only one day's work on this stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Then you did, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Then you did Warm Summer Rain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that was Barry Tubbs from Top Gun.
Right.
And Kelly Lynch from Drugstore Cowboy.
And she was in Cocktail with Tom Cruise, so they both did Tom Cruise movies. Yeah.
And Kelly and I, well, that at least my scenes, that was, I'll just abbreviate it to a cluster. The director he did a movie, a Vietnam film, he wrote, and so they gave him Warm Summer Rain to direct. He had never directed before.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're shooting out in Saugus, California, at a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And Kelly and I had really good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And, there was a lot of good work in our scenes. The only thing was, I would notice things like continuity, like, the car would move, they'd move it, get a different angle. I'm like, and I've been a cameraman for so long that I was like, this isn't going to match. Nobody wants to listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm just an actor. But I knew this stuff. And also the sound was horrible. We're at this gas station, and they're not waiting for traffic to slow. They're not, so things are just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And it came down that I was called to come in to do voiceover for all of my scenes,
Mm-hmm.
So I go down there. Well, because the continuity did not match every scene of mine, they made it as a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
So all my close-ups, I had this nice little crying scene with Kelly and just this whole really sweet that I was really proud of. All of it was gone. None of it was there. So you just see long shots when I'm talking with Kelly, and of course then they got the close-ups of her. She's the money anyway.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Well, I was pissed. I was bummed. Because it's one thing if it was just, a little thing, but it was nice. There's only three of us. I had what they call the co-starring role. But everything was just long shots and whatever. And, things... I think the funniest thing was when I got I never got the script for that movie. They only gave me the pages I was on, the sides. So I never knew the whole movie until it was finished, and I got a copy. So it was kind of funny seeing like an opening scene of Kelly making love to who's supposed to be me. It's like a 16-year-old kid or something.
Wow.
So that's why the title was Warm Summer Rain, because we're making love in the warm summer rain in a field. So it was pretty funny. I had a total body double, person double. Of course, you get to be yourself. So.
Oh wow, that's terrible though.
No, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty funny.
So.
Yeah.
So when and why did the acting roles pretty much stop for you, and you decided to get out of acting?
That happened when I moved to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had 7 TV commercials running.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and visited a buddy of mine who had a farm on Maui, and I was just like, I had been there 3 times, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. I got money. I got money coming in. I'll stay for a few months. And I stayed. It was really good to me. I had a career selling fine art, and I loved it. I loved the islands. It was very special. Very, very special to me. Still is.
Mm-hmm.
Still a deep part of my heart. And so I took a break. I went on honorable withdrawal. And now back on the mainland, been here a couple years, and decided to get my feet wet again.
Do you think...
as an actor, you can be any age.
Yeah. Do you think, though, in terms of notoriety, Junior limited you in any way?
No, not at all. Because 98% of the roles I played probably were comedy, sitcom stuff. I mean, I did stuff. This goes way back. I had a co-starring role on a show called Love American Style.
Mm-hmm.
And what's weird about this show is it was with Frank. I can't remember his name now. He was in the Right Stuff.
Frank.
Except he played. If I googled it, real nice guy. Anyway, him and his real wife were the leads in this Love American Style.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a great role. It was like the old TV series Cheers.
Yeah.
I played the George Wendt character because I was a big old boy back then. I was tipping probably 245 pounds, where now I'm about 185 pounds.
Wow.
And I watched the episode. I have a copy of it. When it came to the screen credits, there was nothing. I didn't even have a screen credit, and I had a co-starring role. I mean, I was on my contract, everything.
Yeah.
So they got fined by the Screen Actors Guild for doing that. And they said, well, when we go into reruns, you'll have your screen credit, and they apologized. Well, I can't even find the show on the database in all the Love American Styles.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I had the script. It was called Love and the Doctor, and I see one on there called Love and the Doctor, but I don't recognize the cast.
Wow.
Yeah, so
where'd it go?
I don't know if this one just disappeared, and it's so funny. Oh, it was Charlie. Shoot. I'll call you at 3 a.m. Charles Frank. Here we go.
Oh, okay, Charles Frank. Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah.
Well, his actual wife was the girl that he hits up on in a bar and tries to get her phone number. So, but yeah, he was a real nice guy.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. I've had some fun experiences. I think one of the funniest was with Tim Conway.
Oh.
And I mean, he's a classic.
Yeah.
And I'm in a cola commercial downtown LA, Skid Row. It was called Like Cola. It was actually made by 7-Up.
Mm-hmm.
Very short time. And I play a New York cop who has to arrest King Kong. So they have this big furry hand that's trying to steal Like Cola away from Tim Conway.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of shooting, this guy steals a purse, for real, steals a purse from like one of the cast members, runs into me, and I'm in full New York cop uniform, gun and everything. And he looks at me, he hands me the purse, and he goes, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. I have the purse, and all of a sudden some cops ran up and arrested him. It was so funny. He hands it to me thinking I'm a real cop. So, hey, good roll. It was insane.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of good. You've done a lot of amazing stuff. It seems.
Oh, I've had a lot of fun, but it ain't over. There's some very good things coming up.
When did you start doing conventions?
I've only done a handful. It was about 8 years ago. I got a phone call from Dead Pit Radio.
Mm-hmm.
You know the boys over there, great guys.
I've heard about them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they're awesome. And they called me. It was like I don't even know how they got my phone number in Hawaii, but they called me. They asked if they could do an interview, and after I did the interview, they said, "So you do the horror convention circuit, don't you?" And I went, "No, don't know anything about it." They gave me a phone number of Sean Clark, and Sean runs Convention All Stars. He's got some heavy hitters, like The Walking Dead, Norm Reeves and those guys. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Camp Blood at the time. But the guy who, it wasn't Frightmare, it was Camp Blood. And this guy was not on the up and up. And it was a terrible convention. So I was kind of tainted. I wasn't going to do any more. And then Sean called me and goes, hey man, I got a really good one for you and Carol. It's Monster Mania in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So, I flew all the way from Maui to Cherry Hill and had a great convention. I mean, it was fun, it was big, and, I've only done a few, though. I think, really just 3.
Yeah, I started going to conventions 2 years ago, and I'm hooked on them. But they're a lot of fun.
The catch-22 is I can only do them when the whole cast or most of the cast does them.
Yeah.
That's they're all the time, and I can't help but go, God, I want to be in, anywhere there. I mean, Sean's in London, he's all over. I would love to do that, but, they do it when it was Friday the 13th, part 5, or, it has to be a draw.
Yeah, there's a convention I go to. They do it twice a year in LA called Monsterpalooza. And yeah. And
Throwback.
Yeah, and I've met Kane Hodder there. I've met a lot of the people from part 1 and 2 and stuff. And I'm always hoping they're going to get you guys there and stuff.
It just fans have to ask. It's
so
funny. They just have to, really put it out there. There was one in Scottsdale, Arizona, which isn't that far from me. And Joanne Willette was at it this year in July. So I called my agent ahead of time. I'm like, hey, man, I work with Joanne. I could be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And he said, well, might happen next year. Because they really want to do it with the cast, not just Carol and I.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's understandable.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope they invite you guys to Monsterpalooza, though, in the future. That would be great.
It would be awesome for me. I got family right there. So, the teaser is, hey, guys, I don't mind driving in, and you don't have to put me up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we can only hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know if it happens.
That would be awesome. Well, Ron, thank you so much. This has been a great honor, and I'll keep up to date with what you got going on Facebook and everything.
Oh yeah, no, you'll see something coming up in 2019. There's something in the wind.
Yes.
Can't talk about it yet, but something big's coming up.
Yes.
I will be shooting in 2019. And it's a good one.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but I can't say a word. I'm sworn to secrecy.
I know. I made my feature film debut last year, and I'm waiting for that to come out.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Totally awesome. Well, have a good one. I'll look forward to seeing it on, what's the name of your film?
A film?
Yeah, your debut.
Oh, it's called Extras. It's a Linnea Quigley documentary.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, I'll see you at Monsterpalooza. Put it out there.
I will. I email the organizers all the time and make suggestions. They actually listened to me last year for this one, for one of the ones they did, and hopefully this upcoming year they will again.
Well, most of the people from Friday the 13th Part 5 are still fairly close to the LA neighborhood, so it wouldn't cost them hardly anything.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Okay, Melanie, she's in LA, and Deborah's in Texas, Tiffany's in Canada, and I don't know about the rest.
Shabar's in LA, John's in LA.
Oh, yeah.
Carol's in LA. So, 6 out of 10. What the heck?
Yeah, that should work.
But have a good evening, my friend. Be well, and I'm sure we'll chat in the near future.
You too, sir. Have a great night.
Take care.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye. Well, there you have it. Ron Sloan. Ain't he a cool dude? Thank you so much, Ron. You're a very nice man, and I'm glad we got to talk. You tell great stories, and I didn't even realize you had such an amazing career beyond your IMDb. That is just great. And I've been finding that out a lot by a lot of guests, that a lot of their IMDb credits are not completely valid in terms of how much their body of work is. And that really needs to be fixed. And hopefully it will be in the future. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.